Young Boba Fett has failed in his attempt at revenge against Mace Windu. The Jedi Master narrowly avoided the explosion in his quarters aboard the Republic cruiser. Then, the trap set for him in the form of an explosive in a Mandalorian helmet, painted to resemble Boba Fett's father's helmet, was also a near miss. When the conflict ends, Boba Fett is taken into Republic custody. As he is being arrested, he tells Mace Windu that he knows he did wrong, but he cannot forgive him for killing his father. The true Mandalorians, which Boba Fett was raised as, have a shaky past when it comes to Jedi. But has Boba Fett forgiven Mace Windu? Today, on Star Wars Fanatic. Order 66 has left the Jedi Order in shambles. The few remaining Jedi that haven't been hunted down and killed by Darth Vader are beginning to re-emerge from hiding. The Galactic Civil War is over, and both Darth Vader and the Emperor have been killed. It's becoming safer for the Jedi to be known again, but they are so few, they almost go unnoticed. Boba Fett has been doing a lot of soul-searching. After his encounter with Luke Skywalker at the Lars homestead, he takes a lot of what Luke said to heart. Don't let revenge consume you. It's a dark path. He has felt the effects of that for so long, and no statement could have been rung truer for him. But there is one burning question. Mace Windu, the Jedi Master who killed his father. He had heard that he was killed just as the Jedi had attempted to stage their coup against the Republic. But he could have sworn he saw him in that cantina on Corellia. When he saw him, it was around the time of the Battle of Hoth. He wasn't there for it, but he heard it didn't go well for the rebellion. Since he got that fleeting glimpse of the shell that resembled Mace Windu, he had been looking for him. Now, he didn't have to look far. After Mace Windu's fall from the then Chancellor Palpatine's high-rise office, he felt lucky. He knew the Force had saved him. Why? He could not say. Sometimes the Force acted mysteriously, just to keep balance between light and dark. His only purpose could be to be part of that balance. He accepted this and remained in hiding. He had found Yoda through a Force connection and visited with him briefly on Dagobah. Then he went back into hiding. He had heard of the death of Jabba the Hutt, a gangster he had sent Anakin Skywalker to meet with and rescue Jabba's son from Separatists decades before. But it had been too risky to go to Anakin's birthplace while the Empire was still in control. Now, that has all changed. Mace had heard the tale of a young Jedi being trained by Yoda. It was that young Jedi that had defeated the Hutt and Darth Vader. It was now time to track down the young Jedi. Upon arriving on Tatooine, he observed Jabba's former palace. It was still alive and well, but just as he heard, there was no Jabba. Instead, he saw a Twi'lek with an entourage. This must be Jabba's replacement. But he didn't see the figure in the distance watching him. Boba Fett laid out his plans to take out the Twi'lek Bib Fortuna. He was still weak to carry out the mission, but he was very methodical in his planning. This wasn't the simple bounty that occupied so much of his time before. He needed help. All his former colleagues were either dead or scattered in hiding. The time had to be right to strike against Bib Fortuna. He wanted him to know it was Boba Fett that ended his career as a slave trader. As he watched from a safe distance, he noticed something. Someone else was watching the palace. This cannot be a coincidence. First, Luke Skywalker just days ago, and now, that looks like the man who killed his father. Boba felt the rage well up inside him. He heard what Luke said about vengeance and tried to tame it back. He believed Luke, but didn't think he would actually see Mace Windu again. It's a big galaxy. Maybe Luke saw something with his Jedi powers. Maybe he knew this would happen. It doesn't matter. I am here, and there's Mace Windu. This was Mace's first stop on the trail of Luke Skywalker. There was nothing here to be found that wouldn't end up in a fight. Mace wasn't the man he used to be. His Force energy was low from hiding, and his age was taking a toll on him. This was no time for a fight. He had a mission, and this could end that task. So he turns to head to the next location, that of Obi-Wan Kenobi's exile. When he turns, there stands a man scarred, holding a cane, gaffy stick and cycler rifle slung on his back, wearing indigenous robes. Boba speaks. You are the man who killed my father. "You are the Jedi, Mace Windu." Mace looks confused. He knows the face and he knows the voice. He has seen it a million times, with clones would remove their helmets. The confusion left his demeanor. He had killed the clone's host, Jango Fett. He knew there was one child, at the time, who called Jango father, Boba Fett. Through his travels in hiding, he had heard tale of Bounty Hunter being the best in the business. But this Boba Fett didn't look like one that could defeat anyone. However, Mace wasn't in any condition to fight either. Mace speaks. "Son, it is unfortunate how things played out back then." Boba retorts, "I am not your son. I have been prepared to kill you for so long." Mace replies, "Then let's end it now." Both exchange looks, knowing that this could go badly for either one of them, if not both. "I am no longer that man," Boba finally says. Relieved, Mace says to Boba, "Your father was a great warrior. It's a shame he was just on the other side." Boba couldn't hold back. "My father's family was killed by Death Watch. Death Watch then enlisted the help of the Jedi to destroy my father's mentor. Which side should he have been on?" Master Windu remembers the Mandalorian Civil War and the Jedi's involvement in it. He tells Boba, "We were manipulated into being on the wrong side of that war. Another unfortunate event in our own history." Boba tells Mace, "I am no longer seeking revenge. One of your kind showed me my true purpose." Mace's eyes widen. "Luke Skywalker." Boba nods. "He was here?" Boba replies, "A few days ago. He was at the Lars homestead. Something personal." Mace asks Boba, "I assume this meeting will not end in death. Can you tell me his direction?" Boba replies, "No," and turns around and walks away. Both had been on opposing sides of a war that should not have happened. Mace was a Jedi. Boba was raised as a Mandalorian by his father, who was paid by separatists, Count Dooku. Boba left that war, but never saw himself on the side of the Republic. This moment, though, Boba was free from his anguish, still hurt and still wishing his father had been around a bit longer. This Jedi was not to blame. Everyone had a job to do back then. Both men turned and departed, both as older, broken, but wiser men. Okay, so that's how I see Boba Fett's forgiveness of Mace Windu playing out. Like I've said before, Boba Fett is a new man, as we see him in The Mandalorian. If you haven't seen my last video about a potential run-in with Luke Skywalker, please watch it now. I will put a link in the description and at the end of this video. What do you think? Could Boba Fett have forgiven Mace Windu? Does this scene sound like something you'd like to see happen? I don't mind if it never happens. For all we know, Mace Windu is actually dead. This is my own headcanon though. Let me know in the comments your ideas, thoughts, and critiques. I do read all of your comments. And if you're new to the channel or just haven't committed yet, please hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay up to date with my latest Star Wars releases about Boba Fett, Bo-Katan, and all manner of Mandalorians. Also, hit the thumbs up to show your love and support for what I do here, and share the video with a friend or two. Let's see if we can blow this channel up. Thank you for watching, and remember, this is the way, the only way.